Guten Abend, meine Freunde, und willkommen zu meinem Deutsch-Herren-Orden EU4 Video. In this video, I will try to quickly summarize how to start off your 10 or so years as the Teutons, which will hopefully set you on your way to getting the Baltic Crusader achievement. After you just begin, the first thing you should notice is who's rivaled you. If Bohemia rivals you, you might want to restart. They're not exactly needed, but they'd make the Second Polish War way easier. It'd be very nice if Denmark does not rival you, but if they do, just make sure to not rival them back. I personally always rival Poland, of course, Pomerania, and then go for Hungary as my last rival for now. And then I try to look around and see who I can ally, and it would usually be Bohemia and the Livonian Order, unless they rival you, of course. If Brandenburg wants to ally you, I'd accept them too. The reason is because you want to have a bit more allies just to deter the Danes from attacking you. I find that Denmark is quite likely to declare war on you early, and they do even sooner if you rival them. But you'd want to not deal with them for now. But anyway, to begin, you want to send your 2 light ships to protect trade and try to sell as many of your galleys and transports as you can to anyone who's willing to buy them. And then most of the time though, you don't end up selling your galleys though. Back to the main focus of the video. You have to keep an eye out on whether Poland PUs Lithuania. If AI Poland decides not to get ruled by Kazimierz Jagiellon and picks a local Polish noble, you have to restart your game. I find the first war quite harder if Poland does not have Lithuania PU'd. That might be because usually the Polish ruler would be like a 666 and would still have Lithuania allied. The big reason why you want Poland to PU Lithuania is because Kazimierz is a 4 for 1. Even our Teutonic ruler has 2 military points. This is really helpful since a big part of the strategy is fighting when you have the technological advantage over your opponents. That being said, you want to start by switching to a military focus in your court and hiring a military advisor. You'll also want to make 3 cavalry units and start drilling your armies. Why cavalry, you might ask? Well, it's because you can afford them over infantry, and your manpower and force limit is scarce. Your Teutonic traditions also increase your cavalry combat ability, which is really nice. Make sure you keep your forts up, but I only recommend upkeeping 2 out of the 3 you have, because you only need 1 fort per 50 development, and you have 97. If Poland and Lithuania declare war on you on your own, you're basically set. But if they don't, I just declare on them within a couple of months after the truce is up anyway. Before we dive into the upcoming war, let's talk about curtailing the Prussian Confederation. First off, the most important thing regarding this event is that you have to select a merchant son as the Teutonic heir. You will need the extra 15 loyalty by the burghers, and this is the only option that increases their loyalty. You will want to toy around with the estates and take their monarch points, but make sure to not interact with the merchants just yet, since you'll have to curtail the Prussian Confederation, obviously. If you can, try and hire the stability cost modifier advisor if you have him available, although if you don't see him, I wouldn't fire advisors just to get him. This is all up to you. It'd be nice to have him since you'll have to boost your stability twice. Once you bring your stability up, you'll have to wait a little before you increase the loyalty of the burghers. Make sure you get to 45% loyalty before you use the Grant Monopoly Charter interaction, because you need their loyalty to be at least 60% for you to prevent the Prussian event from firing. Anyway, that's all you really need to prevent the event. After you're done with it, demand diplo points from your merchants and even ask for money. I personally don't mind the negative dev cost and trade efficiency penalties you get at the beginning of the game. As a side note, when Brandenburg offers to buy Neumark off of you, just sell the province. You don't need the province for the achievement, and honestly not having it makes the Polish war just a little easier. Finally, we get to talking about the actual war. Up until the truce is up, you should be fabricating claims on Płock, Wizna, and Dobrzyn. If you can get any more claims than that, that'd be a bonus. Once the truce is up, stop drilling your units and position them in Österode. If Poland and Lithuania don't declare on you, which is what will likely happen, leave 1k in Köln and 1k in Tuchel. And even if you want, leave 1k in Königsberg. Once your morale is all the way up and it's the first day of the month, declare war on Płock if their fort is down. Mazovia should have this fort mothballed over 90% of the time. Before you start moving your troops, scorch the provinces that your units stand on. You want to have Österode, Köln, Tuchel, and Königsberg scorched. This is a must for your strategy. When you siege Płock, scorch it too. If you really want to, you can scorch Dobrzyn too once you occupy it. The whole point of scorching all these tiles is to then juke the armies around your fort zones. A lot of the time, half of their armies would be sieging down Österode, while the other half is either walking around or even on Tuchel. Ideally, you want to fight at Tuchel or Königsberg forced as much as possible due to the -1 penalty your opponents would get due to the terrain. Österode, on the other hand, is a farmland, so there will be no penalties for your enemy when you defend your fort there. If you're familiar enough with Scorched Earth, you should be able to use it hugely to your advantage. Keep track of how the enemy's army move around and engage stacks that are around your size and sieging down your forts. Being Tech 4 while they're still Tech 3 is massive, along with a slight discipline bonus and cavalry combat ability bonus from your traditions. Also keep in mind you drill their armies for a bit, which really helps. You should have superior units all around. Whenever you're fighting in your fort and having a tight battle, don't forget to pull out your garrison units. They can be very helpful for edging out those close battles or even aid you in stack wiping. Keep an eye on your manpower level. You don't have much of it. As the war goes on, you might find yourself having to get 4 to 5 mercs, which I really recommend. Really needed when your enemies finally realize that they can stack their entire army and just siege down one province. Your war goal should be to occupy and annex the former Zovian tiles of Płotsk, Vizna, Rava, and Warszawa. There's a center of trade in the tile of Warszawa, which is what I really want. The tiles are all still Polish, which is why we prioritize them for now. I'd suggest accepting Polish as a culture once you core these tiles because your next expansion into Poland-Lithuania would also just be within the Polish culture. That's basically it for the first war. Until the next truce is up, you'll just need to prepare for your next conquest, and maybe even defend yourself from the Danes, which shouldn't be too difficult since they will have to line their army using their navy in your provinces. In your second Polish conquest, I'd recommend promising and giving Bohemia land, as you want to have them around for now. Keep an eye out on Muscovy and improve your relations with them. Since they usually rival Poland-Lithuania, drag them into your Polish wars. Once your common enemy is out, turn on them. Thank you for watching, and I hope this helps you out. And that's about it for this video, and what to do with